Khloe Kardashian, undergoes stem cell treatment. So, Khloe Kardashian just hopped on a plane to Mexico for a medical treatment that's not even approved in the United States, posted about it on Instagram like at a casual spa day, and now everyone's got opinions. Some people are calling her brave, others are calling her reckless, and I'm sitting here wondering when the Kardashians became the unofficial beta testers for experimental medicine. Welcome to Celebrity Treadmill, where we dive into the wildest, most jaw-dropping moments in celebrity culture. And today we're talking about Khloe's latest wellness adventure that has the internet buzzing, scientists scratching their heads, and regular people like you and me asking, wait, should I be doing this too? Spoiler alert, probably not, but let's get into it. Before we jump down this rabbit hole of stem cells, questionable medical decisions, and Kardashian privilege, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next time a celebrity does something that makes you question reality. Now, let's talk about what exactly Khloe did and why it's got everyone talking. Back in August, Khloe took to Instagram to document her trip to Mexico for what's called muse stem cell treatment. And right off the bat, she made it clear she's not here for gatekeeping, which is very on-brand for someone who has access to treatments most people can't even pronounce, let alone afford. In her post, Khloe talked about how she works out 5 days a week and how this treatment helps with recovery, inflammation, and overall wellness. Oh, and did she mention the anti-aging benefits? Because of course she did. That's her favorite perk, and honestly, can we blame her? We're living in a culture that's obsessed with looking young forever, and the Kardashians are leading that charge like it's their full-time job, which, let's be real, it kind of is. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about what stem cells actually are, because I know some of you are sitting there like, okay, science lesson, fun. Stem cells are basically the body's raw materials. They're cells that can self-renew and create specialized cells, which sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but is actually legit science. They're currently used to treat things like blood cancer and other blood disorders, according to the Cleveland Clinic. So we're not talking about complete quackery here. Stem cell research is real, it's ongoing, and there's genuine medical potential. The catch? The treatment Khloe received, the specific muse stem cell therapy, hasn't been approved in the United States yet. And that's where things get interesting. And by interesting, I mean controversial. Khloe said this treatment made her so hopeful for the future, and that her dream is for treatments like this to be accessible and affordable to everyone, everywhere. Which, okay, that sounds nice in theory. But let's pump the brakes for a second and talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the private jet in the Instagram post. Khloe acknowledges that this treatment is a privilege. She knows most people can't just hop on a flight to Mexico for experimental medicine. She knows she's incredibly blessed to have access to this kind of care. And I appreciate the self-awareness. I really do. But there's something deeply ironic about promoting a treatment that costs thousands of dollars, requires international travel, and isn't FDA approved, while simultaneously saying you hope everyone can access it one day. It's giving let them eat cake energy, even if that's not the intention. And here's where the plot thickens, because Khloe wasn't the only Kardashian to get this treatment. 2 weeks before Khloe's post, her sister Kim Kardashian shared that she had also undergone the same procedure to help with her chronic back pain. Kim raved about it, saying she experienced relief right away and that the unbearable pain was finally gone. She called it deeply healing and expressed hope that the science continues to evolve so more people can benefit. Which, again, sounds great. Chronic pain is no joke. Anyone who's dealt with it knows how debilitating it can be. So, if this treatment genuinely helped Kim, that's amazing. But it also raises a ton of questions. Like, what exactly are the risks? What are the long-term effects? Why isn't it approved in the U.S. yet? And perhaps most importantly, should celebrities be using their massive platforms to promote medical treatments that haven't been fully vetted by regulatory agencies? Because here's the thing about the Kardashians, and I say this with a mix of admiration and exasperation, they have influence. Like massive, culture-shifting, trend-setting influence. When Kim wears a certain outfit, it sells out. When Kylie launches a lip kit, it breaks the internet. When Khloe talks about a workout routine or a diet, people listen. So when they start promoting experimental medical treatments, It's not just sharing their personal experience. It's inadvertently endorsing something to millions of followers who might not have the resources, the medical knowledge, or the safety net to try it themselves. And that's where things get ethically murky. Let's also talk about the context here, because this isn't the Kardashians' first rodeo with controversial wellness trends. These are the same people who have promoted detox teas, appetite-suppressant lollipops, and all kinds of questionable health products over the years. Some of those products were harmless, just overpriced placebo nonsense that made them money. But others were genuinely problematic, promoting unhealthy relationships with food and unrealistic body standards. So when they start talking about stem cell treatments, the internet skepticism is not unfounded. People are rightfully asking, is this legit medical innovation, or is this just the latest in a long line of rich people wellness trends that have zero scientific backing? Now, to be fair to Khloe, stem cell research is not pseudoscience. It's real, it's promising, and there are legitimate medical applications being studied right now. The reason these specific treatments aren't approved in the U.S. yet is because the FDA has strict regulations about what can and can't be marketed as medical treatment. They require extensive testing, clinical trials, and proof of safety and efficacy before something gets a green light. That process takes years, sometimes decades. And while it can be frustrating for people who are suffering and want relief now, those regulations exist for a reason. They protect consumers from potentially dangerous or ineffective treatments. So when celebrities bypass those regulations by going to other countries where the rules are different, it's not necessarily wrong, but it does raise eyebrows. The other fascinating layer to all of this is how it ties into the Kardashians' overall relationship with cosmetic procedures and anti-aging treatments. Because let's not pretend this is just about recovery and inflammation. Khloe literally said her favorite perk is the anti-aging benefits. And honestly, can we have a real conversation about the pressure these women are under to look perfect all the time? We watched them transform over the years. We've seen the procedures, the fillers, the Botox, the surgeries. Some of it they've been open about, some of it they've denied despite photographic evidence to the contrary. And I'm not judging them for getting work done. Do whatever makes you feel good. But there's something sad about living in a world where women, especially women in the public eye, feel like they have to fight aging with every tool available, including experimental treatments that cost a small fortune. Khloe has been particularly transparent about her cosmetic journey in recent years. She's admitted to getting a nose job, something she said she thought about forever before finally getting the courage to do it. She's talked about Botox, Sculptura, laser treatments, salmon sperm facials, which, yes, that's a real thing exactly as weird as it sounds, and collagen threads. When a doctor posted a video speculating about all the procedures she might have had done, Khloe commented to clarify what she has and hasn't done. And she made it clear that in 2025, there are many things you can do before surgery, but when it's time, and if she chooses to, she knows some great doctors. That level of honesty is refreshing in a world where so many celebrities pretend they just woke up looking like that. But here's what gets me about all of this. The Kardashians have essentially turned their bodies into science experiments. They're constantly trying new treatments, new procedures, new technologies, all in pursuit of looking and feeling their best. And on one hand, good for them, they have the money, the access, the resources to explore these options. But on the other hand, it creates this unrealistic standard for everyone else. When you see Khloe post about working out 5 days a week and using stem cell treatments for recovery, it's easy to forget that most people don't have the time, the money, or the access to maintain that lifestyle. Most people are working multiple jobs, taking care of kids, dealing with regular life stress, and trying to squeeze in a workout whenever they can. They're not flying to Mexico for experimental medicine, and they're not getting salmon sperm facials. And that's okay. That's normal. But social media makes it feel like if you're not doing all of these things, you're falling behind. All right, that's all I've got for you on this one. What do you think about Khloe's stem cell adventure? Are you here for it? Or do you think it's irresponsible to promote experimental treatments? Would you ever consider medical tourism for something like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I genuinely want to know what you all think about this. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Kardashian wellness culture, make sure you hit that like button. Share this video with your friends who are equally obsessed with celebrity drama, and stay subscribed to Celebrity Treadmill, because trust me, we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.